You've seen the headlines. You've bought the products. You've watched as city after city is built faster than ever before. But behind the glass skyscrapers, ports, and high-speed trains, there's a hidden force making it all possible. It's not just about China's huge population, low labor costs, or good planning. There's something else, something powerful but quiet. This force isn't obvious to most people, but it's everywhere in China. It's not just ordinary tools, and you won't find them in just any country. These are the machines that help China build faster, bigger, and even create things that once seemed impossible. So, what are these machines? Let's take a closer look. Beyond the label. You've seen it on your phone, on your sneakers, and even on your coffee maker, made in China. For years, this label has stood for China's huge role in global manufacturing. But there's more to the story. China doesn't just make stuff, it builds the world's products at a speed and scale that's hard to imagine. Over the past few decades, China has become the world's main factory. But how did that happen? And more importantly, what keeps it running so efficiently? Let's rewind to the 1980s and 1990s. China started opening up its economy to foreign businesses and focused heavily on exporting goods. The country had cheap labor, lots of land, and leaders who were determined to grow the economy fast. Global companies like Nike, Apple, and General Electric saw big opportunities and started moving their production lines to Chinese cities. Factories were built fast, and thousands of workers were hired with ease. By the early 2000s, especially after China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, this trend grew even faster. Trade barriers fell. China built more ports, highways, and power stations. Many of the world's top manufacturing companies became dependent on one place, China. The world's factory. Today, China makes over 28% of the world's manufactured goods. That's more than the US, Germany, and Japan combined. It leads the world in producing steel, cement, aluminum, textiles, electronics, and machinery. China ships out more smartphones than any other country, assembles most of the world's laptops, and makes parts for wind turbines, electric cars, and much more. Walk into a big store in North America, Europe, or South America, and almost everything, from kitchen gadgets to light bulbs to office chairs, has a Made in China label. But what makes Chinese factories stand out isn't just volume. It's speed. Orders that would take months elsewhere are done in weeks, or even days, in China. If a company wants to increase production quickly before launching a product, Chinese suppliers can usually make it happen fast. The country's shipping and transport network, with high-speed trains in major ports like Shanghai and Shenzhen, is built for non-stop movement. Cities like Dongguan, Suzhou, and Ningbo have become known for making specific types of products. In some industrial zones, dozens of small suppliers work together and deliver parts to a final assembly plant just down the road. In some cases, a product can be designed in the morning, and by the evening, a working prototype is ready. This highly efficient method is called cluster manufacturing, and China has mastered it. More than cheap labor. For a long time, many people believed China's success wouldn't last. They thought that higher wages or stricter rules would push companies to cheaper countries like Vietnam, India, or Indonesia. And some low-profit manufacturing has moved out. But most of the high-tech, large-scale manufacturing is still in China. Why? Because what China has created over the last 30 years is more than a workforce, it's a huge, well-oiled machine made up of factories, logistics, support services, and infrastructure. Taking this apart or building it somewhere else is far more difficult than it sounds. In 2020 and 2021, the COVID-19 pandemic tested supply chains across the globe. Many companies that had thought about leaving China realized just how much they still relied on it. When Chinese factories shut down due to lockdowns, the flow of global products slowed dramatically. Everything from iPhones to garden tools disappeared from shelves. It was a wake-up call. Despite trade wars and political tensions, the world still needs China for fast, large-scale production. No other country can match China's speed, coordination, and precision on this level. The secret weapon, machines. Yes, China has experience. Yes, it has a big population and strong infrastructure. But there's something even more important, machines. Not just regular machines, highly advanced, specialized ones. Giant assembly lines, precision tools, molds, robotic arms, and computer-controlled machines that operate with stunning accuracy. Behind every made-in-China product is an army of machines that work day and night without stopping. But it's not just that China uses machines. It's how China uses them. While many countries rely on importing machines and have fragmented systems, China has created a full machine ecosystem. Every step in the production process is connected and optimized for speed. This system is mostly invisible to the outside world, but it's why Chinese factories can move from idea to full production incredibly fast. It's also why China still dominates global manufacturing, even as other countries try to compete by lowering costs or increasing innovation. Machines that build cities. But we haven't talked about the most powerful machines yet. The real game changers aren't found in factories, they're out in the open, building infrastructure. These machines don't just build electronics or clothes. They build cities. They cut through mountains, raise massive bridges, and lay train tracks across deserts. These are the machines that make China's rapid growth possible. Smart factories, the future is now. For decades, China's factories relied on millions of workers. But now things are changing. Many of the best performing factories in China today are run more by software than people. These are smart factories, and they are transforming manufacturing. As China's population gets older and wages increase, the old model of labor-heavy production isn't enough. But instead of falling behind, China sped up. It moved toward automation, using advanced robotics and AI to make everything more efficient. In a high-tech factory in Guangdong, you might see robotic arms doing everything from soldering chips to inserting batteries, all with little or no human hands involved. These robots are guided by data. Sensors monitor production in real time. AI software detects problems, adjusts workflow, and even predicts when a machine will need repair before it breaks down. This approach, called predictive analytics, reduces waste, errors, and delays. It means products meet global standards from day one. Factories that think and react. Factories used to run on fixed schedules. Now they run on real-time feedback. For example, in a smart appliance factory, when someone places an order online, the factory can start making the product within hours. Robots pull parts from storage, adjust the assembly settings, and ship the final product all on the same day. This level of integration has created a new kind of worker. Instead of just building things, workers now operate software, analyze data, and train robotic systems. China used to lag behind countries like Japan and Germany in robot use, but now it buys more industrial robots than anyone else. Chinese companies are even building these machines themselves, cheaper and better suited to Chinese factories than foreign alternatives. These machines work around the clock, handle dangerous materials, and perform tasks with incredible accuracy. Human workers are now supervisors, problem solvers, and engineers. This blend of machines and human skill gives China a huge edge. It's not just about producing things, it's about doing it faster, smarter, and more flexibly than anyone else. Machines beyond the factory. But even smart factories are just one part of the story. To see China's most extreme machines, you have to look at its infrastructure, what's happening outside the factories. From highways that cut through mountains, to bridges that stretch across water, to train lines that appear in empty deserts almost overnight, this is where the most powerful machines come into play. Building the impossible. China doesn't just produce goods, it builds entire cities in months. It raises bridges across canyons, digs subways beneath megacities, and lays high-speed rail across harsh landscapes. This isn't just about having a strong government or a good plan. It's about machines, huge, custom-designed, high-tech machines. These machines are futuristic, and many are only used in China. China now makes more construction equipment than any other country. And most of it is built in China by Chinese companies. Companies like Sany, XCMG, and Zoomlion have become global leaders. Sany, for example, is based in Changsha and operates all over the world. Its excavators don't just dig, they use smart systems that adjust to the terrain, save fuel, and last longer. Many of these machines are controlled remotely by operators using tablets. XCMG makes cranes that can lift parts of nuclear reactors, machines so powerful, only a few exist in the world. These aren't just strong, they're smart. China also uses advanced logistics tools like mobile concrete mixers, robotic steel assembly machines, and rapid setting concrete to speed up building. You may have seen videos of bridges being built in just 48 hours. These aren't tricks. They're the result of well-planned systems using modular parts, pre-positioned equipment, and synchronized work. The full system at work. What makes China different isn't just the machines. It's how they work together. When a new rail line is approved, machines are custom-made for the route. Precast concrete parts are produced in nearby factories and installed with extreme precision using cranes, all within weeks. This entire system works at a speed few countries can match. It's supported by national policies. Under President Xi Jinping, infrastructure is a top priority. His government has pushed for new infrastructure like smart cities, 5G, high-speed rail, and green energy, and all of this needs advanced machines. These machines are built in China, by China, and for China. The country has developed machines that can work in extreme climates, high altitudes, or harsh environments. Many of these never leave China, they're used only at home and are hard to copy. Disaster response and strategy. There's one more thing. These machines give China a big advantage in emergency situations. When disasters like floods, earthquakes, or landslides happen, China can respond fast, rebuilding roads, bridges, and homes in record time using mobile machinery and prefab systems. This speed and power are part of a bigger global strategy. Global impact and geopolitics. China's construction power is changing the world, not just inside its borders, but everywhere. It's building ports, highways, and railways around the world, from Africa to South America to Central Asia. This is part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, a massive plan to connect over 140 countries with infrastructure. Chinese companies win contracts, bring in their own machines, and complete projects faster and cheaper than local firms. This is more than business. It's influence. By helping countries build infrastructure, China gains long-term access to key resources, trade routes, and markets. Even countries that want to reduce dependence on China often find they can't, because so much of the world's construction equipment and materials still come from China. The machines that build the future. So what does all this mean? China's machines, both inside factories and out in the world, are more than just tools. They are the engines behind its rise. They give it unmatched speed, adaptability, and resilience. They are the machines that build the impossible. Machines that move mountains, dig under oceans, and raise cities from scratch. And many of them, by design, can only be